Yeah. Okay. Well, I say let's just go ahead and get started. And I'll just jump right in. So again, my name is Jessica Beans. I work at Kettering College. I'm the Associate Dean of Enrollment and Communication. So glad that you're jumping on here tonight, watching this Zoom session, watching this info session, everything having to do with our RN to BSN program. So this is all about our online degree for any associate degree nurses that are ready to complete their degree and get their bachelor's degree. So we're really glad you're here. I'm going to introduce both Heather and Lisa, who are the two faces you can see on this call. You'll hear from them in a little bit. Heather is one of our admission counselors. So she specifically is here to help out any RN who's looking to complete their degree with the application process, the admission process. You can, if you're stuck, you're not sure the next steps, anything having to do with becoming a Kettering College student, Heather's the one that can make sure to help you every step in that process. And then also, I wanted to introduce you to Lisa. Lisa is the program chair for our RN-to-BSN. You're going to hear a lot from her in a little bit, so she'll introduce herself later. And like I said, you've maybe heard of Kettering College before. I'm not sure if you're Kettering Health Network employee or not. We have students that are from Kettering Health Network, but also RNs that are from all over. And we are attached to Kettering Medical Center. So if you look at the photo that's behind Heather and Lisa, you can see actually a picture of the campus. So the front of our campus is there, and right next door is Kettering Medical Center. So Kettering Medical Center is, the flagship hospital, Kettering Health Network, and we are connected. Our two campuses are right next to each other. So I always like to point that out because we are an entity of Kettering Health Network that gives us access to a lot of different networking opportunities for students and gives us access to education assistance through the Kettering Health Network. So we're going to talk about that later. And it's just, they're a very quality network, and we like that we have so much collaboration with them through being a part of their team. So as we get started today, you're going to hear all about this RN-to-BSN program. If you're here, we're hoping that you're an RN looking to further your degree, looking to further yourself and complete that degree. And we want to give you all the information about the program. So Lisa's going to go through the ins and outs of pretty much the most commonly asked questions that any students ask us. She'll go through the whole thing. And then at the end, we're going to give you some time for Q&A. So if you want to put anything in the chat, feel free. You can ask questions throughout the presentation, but I'll also bring them up at the end. You'll ask any questions that you want about becoming a student. And then, like I said, this will be recorded. So we will send this out to you and to anyone else who registered for the event, so you can review anything that you may have missed after tonight. I am going to leave it there and let Lisa pull up her presentation for tonight and get us started.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Jessica, and again, welcome, Dawn. We're glad you're here. My name is Lisa Huber, and I am the chair of the RN-to-BSN program. And I am an alum of Kettering College, and just came back, and I've been teaching now for about 30 years, and just love it. And we just have. I'm excited to tell you about the changes that we've made frequently here in the RN-to-BSN program, and I just want to tell you about how this degree can be more affordable for you than ever. So let's just jump right into it here. I wanted to first show you that we are celebrating 20 years this year in our online RN-to-BSN program. So 20 years ago, we created this online program when online might have not been so popular. But you can see here that we have a lot of recognition of the quality of our program. And I want to mention that these rewards or awards, whatever you want to call them, that we've gotten are from students. They're not ranked by faculty. They're not financial in any way. They are things that students have given feedback, and based on that student feedback, we have received these rankings. The one we're most proudest of is the one that we just got a few weeks ago. We were ranked number 4 in Ohio as an online RN-to-BSN program. And know that there are about 80 RN-to-BSN programs in the state. So to be ranked number 4 is pretty, we're pretty proud of that. Also, you can see that we were based best value for quality. We've been in the top 20 in Ohio for the last 4 years. So again, that's something that tells you that we know what we're doing. The faculty are committed and to the students and succeeding, and we just really value the quality of our program. Also on the other side, you can see that Kettering College overall has been ranked as a very good college. You can see it was ranked number 3 in the best online Christian colleges in 2020, and then the best value schools for being most affordable and the best colleges for online programs. So those are just some of the things that I wanted to share with you to show the quality and of the program that we have. Some other measures of quality are our accreditation. Of course, nurses are always concerned about accreditation because you need this. You need to go to an accredited bachelor's program if you want to go on at all in your studies into a master's or a doctoral program. And we are accredited by international accrediting bodies. And ASIN should be one that you're familiar with. It's accrediting the Commission for Education in Nursing, and we have been accredited since the beginning of the program, and we have continued that accreditation without any problems the whole 20 years. The other accrediting body that I just wanted to briefly mention is Quality Matters. This is one you may not have heard from. This is one that is an accrediting body that actually provides evidence-based practice standards for online learning for higher education. We were an early adopter of this Quality Matters program, and we have been, that's one of the reasons I think we get so many of the quality awards, because we were an early adopter of these evidence-based standards. Quality Matters recently just started providing certification for courses, and we are in the process of sending our courses for certification. So hopefully we will be displaying the Quality Matters quality seal, certification seal on our courses very soon. So some of the frequently asked questions that we get from students: well, how long is it going to take me? So full time, you could complete this degree in 3 semesters. However, I find that 99% of the students that enroll in our program need to go part-time because it's just too much with family and job and all the other things that demand your time. So part-time is usually what most people go into, and that takes 8 semesters. It's 6 to 7 credits per semester. And how our curriculum is designed is we have 7-week courses. So in a semester, you would register for, most of our courses are 3 to 4 credit hours. And so you would register for 2 courses in a semester, but you would focus on 1 course in the first 7 weeks. Then we usually have a week break. And then in the next 7 weeks, you focus on the second course. The students find this to be very user-friendly for working, because instead of trying to take 2 courses in 1 semester, they can focus on 1 at a time and get it done and work through it quickly. So that is a recent change that we did in the last 2 years to go to 7-week courses. We do have entry 3 times a year. So we admit in January. We also, for the winter semester, we start in May for the summer semester, and then we start in late August, early September for the fall semester. So you can enter at any time. We do have 48 credit hours is what are the bachelor's completion degree is comprised of. So after your associate's degree, after you get your associate's degree or your diploma, then it's 48 credit hours after that. That is 16 courses, which it's divided up into 8 arts and science credits and 8 nursing credits. And that will be your bachelor's completion degree. So another question we get is, can I transfer in any credits? So say you've gone to another college or something like that, and you've taken some other credits that might be applicable for your bachelor's degree. And so we answer is yes, you can transfer in additional credits. So first of all, you get a bulk of 77 credits for your associate's degree or the equivalent. Then there's an 18 additional credits that can be transferred in of those 48 credit hours that you need to take for your bachelor's completion. You must complete 30 credit hours at KC in order for us to confer a degree. So that leaves, simple math, 48 minus 30 is 18. So you can have 18 additional credits that can be transferred in addition to your associate's degree or its equivalent. Usually those transfer credits are something like in the humanities, the histories, the languages, those sort of courses that will transfer in. Usually nursing courses are ones that you do not transfer in. So another big question, what will it cost? Well, again, as Jessica mentioned, we are very privileged and very honored to be partnering with the Kettering Health Network, not only for the clinical sites and those kind of things that they provide to us, but also in partnership with committing to supporting the education. So normally, anybody who is admitted to Kettering College has a tuition rate of $576 per credit hour. And because of our partnership with Kettering Health Network, we now are able to offer your online RN-to-BSN completion degree for a rate of $325 per credit hour. That's exciting. It's half of what anybody else coming to Kettering Health or Kettering College would pay for a degree. So this has happened in January that we did this, and we're just very happy to be able to offer this kind of rate. It makes us very competitive with any area. Or even across the country, if you look at RN-to-BSN programs and some of the credit hour rates. So being a private college and being a private Christian college, we're really, really below a lot of those credit hour rates. So this is a great rate to be able to offer you. I would also, I'm excited to tell you that due to the Kettering Health Network's employee, if you're a Kettering Health Network employee and you apply for education assistance, you get an additional $75 credit hour discount. So that takes your tuition rate down to $250 per credit hour, which is, that's awesome. So let me just take you to the next slide, which kind of shows this the numbers in a different way in a graph here. So if you were anybody who wants to come to Kettering College and apply for the RN-to-BSN degree, and they're not a KHN employee, anybody can come and you get the rate of $325 per credit hour. And so that makes the cost of the total degree $16,320. So that's a really good competitive rate. That includes books, that includes any practicum fees, and any additional costs that you would have. So it doesn't matter whether you would start part-time or full-time take the degree, the cost is the same. It's just spread out a little differently. So pass the word if you know anybody who's not a Kettering Health Network employee who wants to come to Kettering College. This is a great, great deal. But here it is now for a Kettering Health Network employee. If you go for education assistance, again, part-time or full-time, you get the same discount of an additional $75 per credit hour off. And so that makes the cost for the total degree $12,000. And if you get educational assistance, Kettering Health Network actually supports the education so that they will reimburse and they will pay for the degree for you. So essentially, you could come to Kettering Health Network with education assistance and have this degree paid for free, virtually for free. And you would just owe back some time later after the degree is done. So that's an awesome deal if you can do that to get a degree for virtually free. So What are some other questions we get? Well, how do I get started? Usually after we share some of these things, people want to know how to get started. And it's a simple 3-step process. First of all, you can go to kc.edu, our website, and kc.edu is on the slide there. And you just anywhere, it doesn't matter what screen you bring up, there is an area to apply. There's an apply button or an apply kind of little sign or something like that that appears on every single screen that you go to. So we just click on that and it will ask you a few simple questions. We need to have your name, of course, and some reliable contact information so that we can get back with you. They do ask your social security number for financial reasons and a few other questions. And that's really it. It's very simple to apply. It's not a lengthy process, only takes a few minutes. Once you hit that apply button, then you get connected to Heather, who's here tonight as well, Heather Mays, your admission counselor. And she will get in contact with you and just go through all the other things that need to be completed in order to get you in as a student of Kettering College. And then very shortly after that, we'll hook you up with an advisor and you will register for your first courses and start learning. So it's that simple. You just apply, we connect you with Heather, we admit you, you would register, and you start learning right away. So lastly, I just wanted to finish out with saying that our graduates are sought out in the community. We know that in the area, but we also hear that within our network and other places that our graduates are of high quality and are sought for. And these are the kind of traits that we believe and we value and that we weave into the curriculum to be able to bring those kind of traits out for you whenever you're a graduate of this college. So it's great to be put on a resume. It's great to be able to list these things and say that you're very promotable and that you have a lot of leadership qualities, you're collaborative, and all those kind of things that employers are looking for to promote. So that just says a little bit about, again, the quality of our program. So I would like to open up to any questions you might have. That's a lot of information to throw at you at once. And so I wonder if you have any questions for us.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, we're going to give some time. If you want to put anything in the chat, we're monitoring that, or you could unmute and ask your questions that way as well. We'll just hang out for a couple minutes and answer some questions. If you're thinking of any, though, I know I wrote one down that I get all the time that I'm going to have Lisa kind of speak to if you're thinking of any questions to ask. So people say, is this a fully online program? Can you give me a little bit of details when you say fully online? What would be any of those in-person components, if any, and how does that work?
Sure. Yes, this is a fully online program. It has been designed that way for 20 years, and we keep doing that. So all the courses will be offered online so that you can take them at home in your pajamas in the comfort of your own home. They are also asynchronous, which means that you don't have to be on at a specific time to meet other course members or your faculty or anything like that. So it's all asynchronous and on your own time. There are two courses within our curriculum that require a practicum or a clinical, you might call it. It's a short number of hours. There are community course and our leadership course. And these are just to help with your professional development. And we work, if you're not within the area here of the Kettering Health Network area, then we work closely with you to find a facility that maybe you could do those practicum hours where you live. And what we do is we work with the institution we have to have an affiliation agreement to allow them to provide those education hours to you. And if we have an agreement, then that's really great. On occasion, there are times when an institution may not feel comfortable signing an affiliation agreement with us. And so that would be the only time that a person might have to come to campus in order just to complete those practicum hours, because we have an excellent opportunities here within the network that we can give you. But otherwise, it's totally online and you can stay in your own home area.
Awesome. So a follow-up question to some of those online courses. There was two quick questions that came in the chat. One is, what is the length of each course that you take, and do they go year-round? So what do the semesters look like at Kettering College, starting or stopping, etc.?
Okay, good questions. The courses are 7 weeks long. So a semester, there are 3 semesters within a year. One is winter semester that goes from January to the end of April. One is summer semester, which starts in May and goes to the beginning of August. Then there's several weeks there that are a break. And then the end of August to December, again with the Christmas break there. So there are breaks in between those semesters. That would be the 3rd semester. So what it would look like if you were to go part-time, I'm just going to assume it's part-time since that's what the majority of our students do. You would pick an entry point either in winter, summer, or fall. You would register for 2 courses per semester. The first course you would take over the first 7 weeks, then you would have a week break, and then you would take the second course on the second 7 weeks. And then you would have that end of semester break that everybody else has, and then you would come back and start the next semester. And again, it would repeat that same way. So all the courses are 7 weeks, and that's how it would go. So that you would go year round, but there would be breaks in between.
That's great. One last quick follow-up to that. Could you stop out if you had a life event where you needed a quick semester break? Is that a possible thing?
Absolutely, absolutely. We are working as we increase our enrollment. We'll be offering courses several times per year, but it is possible to step out for a semester or 2. If you have to do a leave of absence for a full year, we just ask that you let us know that what you're doing. And we do ask you to reapply if you've been gone for a year, over a year, just so that we can get you back up to speed and see if there's any changes that have been made in the curriculum. But absolutely, we have students that absolutely during this last year, we've had some people that have had to step out for a semester due to the pandemic. And so, yes, that is possible to do that. You just have to communicate with us and we'll work with you. We'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, yeah. One quick note about education assistance, and Heather, you can jump in. I'm going to talk a little bit, just last question here, unless I see any other pop up in the chat. This will be the last question we kind of answer. Looking at where do I find out information about education assistance if I'm a Kettering Health Network employee? So we've talked about that a little bit. We didn't take a deep dive into it during today's session because there's a whole other space where you can get some info about it. So Heather, will you tell us where is that information found? And then if they were to apply to Kettering College, what would that very next step look like if they were working with you?
So as an employee, if you want to find more information about the program itself, the best way to do that is to go through HealthStreams. There's a tutorial up for all students. All you need to do is log into your HealthStreams account, go to My Catalog or the catalog area and search KHN Education Assistance, and then search and it'll come up with the tutorial itself. You just sign up for it and watch it. It'll give you all the information you need to know about the program itself. If you want to know policy or any of that, you can go to your My HR area and go to the knowledge base section and just type in KHN Education Assistance. You can, and it'll populate with all the knowledge bases you need about the program itself. And one of those is policy. It'll show you your eligibility requirements. It'll also go talk about when you're finished with your degree, the hours that would be required for you to pay back for the degree being paid for itself. In way of the college, if you're applying, the application is really easy. Application is free. You don't have to pay for the application. It's on kc.edu. Next step, what we would need is transcripts from anywhere that you've attended because you have your associates. We don't need your high school transcripts. So those would come directly from the colleges you've been to us, to Kettering College, and we would put that in. We do need a valid email, phone number, and address, as well as social security number. As she said, that's on the application for financial purposes. We do need a valid government ID, photo ID. Usually that's your driver's license. You just take a picture, put it into your application. There's a section for that. once that's all in, we're ready to go. I kind of send it on and we go from there. And then I can give you more information. The tutorial goes through and everything goes on. It goes real fast once you start doing it. So
Yeah, no, that's great. And it is, those are all the steps, but we're here to help every single step. And Heather's right. We try to make sure we're really working closely with you. We're a small institution, so it's really easy to get a hold of Lisa, Heather, anybody on our team. Our faculty know our students' names. We're definitely here to work through every process like this. So thanks, Heather, for that. And we've talked a lot about if you're a Kettering Health Network employee, we take students that aren't Kettering Health Network employees or are. There's two different processes, but we're open to everyone. But if anyone sees this recording, if you're not a Kettering Health Network employee, we can connect you to Kettering Health Network nursing recruiters and such so that you can take advantage of these educational benefits. Because a lot of what we talked about with the educational assistance program is that Kettering Health Network employees can take advantage of this additional reimbursement and get both the discount and the Kettering Health Network education assistance as well. We had one other great question come in the chat, so I wanted to read that and see if Lisa, you could answer that. So once the BSN is achieved, is there any other possible specialization opportunities or for the MSN? So asking from a KHN employee's perspective. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Sure. Right at this point, Kettering College is in its very infancy in working towards developing a master's or a DNP type program. We have not been able to flesh that out yet because we're focusing a little bit more on our undergraduate and growing this RN-to-BSN program right now. But those are future plans that we will in the future have a master's or a DNP program. But of course, there are many other choices out there. You would have to work with the education assistants and HR as to what they might pay for once you've completed your RN-to-BSN degree and the monies that you've used for that. So that's what I could contribute right now.
Yeah, no, that's great. All right. Any other questions before we wrap up today? Last chance. Thanks. Great questions in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn, thanks for shouting those out. Brandy, thanks for joining us tonight. Really excited that you guys joined. And to anyone else that's viewing this recording, we're glad you took the time to sit and watch all this information that comes in from our program chair, from Heather. Thank you guys for your time. We can definitely reach out to you after this. So again, thank you for putting those comments in the chat. But we can reach out to you, follow up for anything more specific that you didn't feel like asking today, but we hope it was information that will help you in your college decision. We know how big of a choice it is to go back to school. We know that a lot of people are really interested in moving their career further. They're wanting a promotion, or they're wanting to grow their own knowledge base. They're wanting to expand their own skills. And so the fact that you're looking to complete a bachelor's degree is a really big deal. We're excited that you started the first step by getting all this information, and we want to honor that. And we're really excited at the opportunity of you coming to us for your education and being able to complete your bachelor's degree, because then you're going to be able to have new career opportunities just through bettering yourself through a degree like this. So thank you so much for joining tonight. Really look forward to reaching out, talking more in the future, and we hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thank you.